Good day everyone. Our topic for today is all about the quotient rule. So let's start. Here's the quotient rule. The derivative of f of x over g of x is equivalent to g of x times the derivative of f of x minus f of x times the derivative of g of x all over g of x raised to 2. Now ulitin natin. G of x times the derivative of f of x minus f of x times the derivative of g of x all over g of x raised to 2. Medyo mahaba siya compare sa product rule. Pero meron naman tayo ditong way para mas matandaan natin siya ng mas madali. Now, ang kailangan natin tandaan, yung f of x o yung nasa numerator, ito ay yung high function. And yung g of x, yung nasa denominator, ang tawag natin dito is low function. Now, para matandaan natin yung quotient rule, ganito yung gagawin natin. Low d high minus high d low, square the bottom, look to your crush, and say hello. So, ulitin natin. So, we have low d high minus high d low, square the bottom, look to your crush, and say last time, na-discuss natin sa product rule na hindi natin pwedeng i-separate yung product using derivatives. Or we cannot separate derivatives in terms of product. So, ganun din sa division. So, we cannot separate derivatives by division. So, in derivative of f of x over g of x is not equal to derivative of f of x all over derivative of g of x. Now, gawa tayo ng isang example na kung saan yung derivative of f of x over derivative of g of x ay hindi agad maia-apply. So, let's say for example, we need to find the derivative of 3x plus 2 all over 5. Now, kung gagamitin natin, yung derivative ng f of x or yung derivative ng numerator must be 3 and the derivative ng denominator and derivative ng constant is 0. So, mag-0 yung denominator and alam natin na kapag nag-0 yung denominator, undefined siya. So, therefore, huwag na huwag natin itong gagamitin. Okay? Also, tandaan din natin na kapag yung denominator natin is a monomial, pwede tayong hindi gumamit ng quotient rule. Now, for example, yung ating given na 3x plus 2 all over 5, pwede natin siyang i-rewrite as 3x over 5 plus 2 over 5. So, ito ay concept ng similar fraction. Okay? And pwede natin agad kunin yung derivative niya. So, ito ay napakabilis lang para sa atin. Kasi derivative ng constant is always 0. And derivative ng 3x over 5 is simply 3 over 5. So, meron agad tayong makukuha ang sagot. Another thing, again, kung monomial yung nasa denominator, pwedeng hindi tayo gumamit ng quotient rule. Kasi pwede natin siyang i-simplify. Like for example, we have 4x cubed minus 6x all over 5x. So this can be written as 4x cubed over 5x minus 6x over 5x. Now in this case, pwede natin siyang i-simplify and it can be written as 4 over 5x squared minus 6 over 5. And in this format, napakadali na natin kunin yung derivative niya. So again, we can separate derivative by addition or subtraction. So ito, gagamitan natin ng power rule and yung derivative ng constant is always 0. Now again, tandaan na kapag monomial, yung nasa denominator, pwedeng hindi tayo gumamit ng quotient rule. Okay? Now yung question, kailan tayo gagamit ng quotient rule? Kapag yung denominator natin is not a monomial. For example, we have 4x cubed minus 6x all over x plus 2. So, yung denominator natin is a binomial. So, hindi natin pwedeng paghiwalayin yung x saka yung 2 kasi magkasama yan. Yan ay x plus 2. Now, yung goal natin is to find the derivative of 4x cubed minus 6x all over x plus 2. So, gawin natin. So, apply natin yung quotient rule. So, we have the derivative of f of x o yung ating high function divided by g of x yung ating low function. So, we have, again, tandaan natin, low d high minus high d low, square the bottom, look to your crush, and say hello. Now, pwede natin i-set up yung ating equation. So, we have the derivative of 4x cubed minus 6x all over x plus 2. Now, ito yung high function at etong x plus 2 yung ating low function. So, this is equivalent to low d high, x plus 2 times the derivative of 4x cubed minus 6x minus high d low, 4x cubed minus 6x times the derivative of x plus 2, square the bottom, look to your mom, and say hello. So, we have x plus 2 raised to 2. Now, simplify natin. We get x plus 2 And then the derivative of 4x cubed minus 6x is equivalent to 12x squared minus 6. Minus, bring down natin yung 4x cubed minus 6x times the derivative nung nasa loob ng bracket, which is x plus 2. And the derivative of x plus 2 is simply 1. Now, simplify natin. Multiply natin yung x plus 2 times 12x squared minus 6. And then distribute natin yung negative sign and then multiply natin sa 1. So, this becomes 12x cubed plus 24x squared minus 6x minus 12 minus 4x cubed plus 6x all over x plus 2 raised to 2. Now, combine similar terms, we get 8x cubed plus 24x squared minus 12 all over x plus 2 raised to 2. And we're done. Therefore, ito yung derivative ng ating function na 4x cubed minus 6x all over x plus 2. Also, ito yung ating slope ng ating function at any point that we want. Now, let's have some example. Find the derivative of the following function. So, meron tayo ditong tatlong example. Now, simulan natin sa question number 1. Here's the solution. Una, i-recall muna natin yung quotient rule. So, we have low d high minus high d low, square the bottom, and there you go. Next, iset up natin yung ating equation. So, we have the derivative of 3 over 6x squared plus 1. So, yung ating high function is 3, and yung low function natin must be 6x squared plus 1. So, we have low d high, 6x squared plus 1 times the derivative of 3, minus high d low, minus 3 times the derivative of 6x squared plus 1. Square the bottom, and there you go. So, we have 6x squared plus 1 raised to 2. Now, simplify lang natin. We get 6x squared plus 1 times the derivative nung 3 is 0 minus 3 times the derivative of 6x squared plus 1 or simply 12x. We have 6x squared plus 1 times 0 is simply 0. Minus 3 times negative 12 is simply negative 36x all over 6x squared plus 1 raised to 2. Therefore, ito yung ating y prime, and this is the derivative of 3 over 6x squared plus 1. And we're done. Now, let's move on to question number 2. So, we have y is equal to negative 1 over 4 minus x squared. Now, apply natin yung quotient rule. So, we have low d high minus high d low, square the bottom, and there you go. Next, set up natin yung ating equation. So, we have the derivative of negative 1 over 4 minus x squared is equivalent to low times d high, or simply 4 minus x squared times the derivative of negative 1 minus high d low minus negative 1 times the derivative of 4 minus x squared. And then, square the bottom, and there you go. Square the bottom, we have 4 minus x squared raised to 2. Simplify natin. We get 4 minus x squared times 0 minus negative 1 times derivative nung 4 minus x squared or simply negative 2x all over 4 minus x squared raised to 2. Now, simplify natin yung numerator. Ito ay cancel lang, and we get negative times negative 1 times negative 2x or simply negative 2x all over 4 minus x squared raised to 2. And this is our y prime, and we're done. Now, let's have the solution for number 3. So, we have y is equal to x plus 2 all over 2x plus 1. Now, again, applying the quotient rule. So, we have low d high minus high d low, square the bottom, look to your parents and say, hello. Now, set up natin yung ating equation. So, we have the derivative of x plus 2 all over 2x plus 1 is equivalent to low d high. Yung low natin is 2x plus 1 times the derivative of x plus 2. Ito yung high function natin. Minus high times d low. So, we have x plus 2 times the derivative of 2x plus 1, square the bottom, and there you go. So, we have 2x plus 1 raised to 2. Next, simplify natin. So, we have 2x plus 1 times the derivative of x plus 2 or simply 1 minus x plus 2 times the derivative of 2x plus 1 or simply 2 all over 2x plus 1 raised to 2. Simplify natin yung numerator. We have 2x plus 1 minus 2x minus 4. Next, combine similar terms. Yung 2x saka yung negative 2x is cancel out. Ang matitira na lang ay 1 minus 4. Or simply, negative 3 over 2x plus 1 raised to 2. Therefore, ito yung ating y prime. Ito yung ating derivative. Ito yung slope of this curve at any given point. And we're done.